Good morning, good afternoon, welcome to JLMTAuto, and today we're going to be fitting the poly bush kit, and there's some more solid bushes. They're Baker BM, they're like nylon bushes for the rear axle, so we'll be getting them on. I've already done the rear stabilisers, so I'll show you a few clips of doing them on the driveway in the rain. Hopefully afterwards this will be an absolute weapon on the track. Let's get right into it. Perseverance pays off, it will come out in the end, and this is the easiest without a press way I've found of doing these. Seems to be any other way, just the bush won't come out. There we go, hold one out. Clean up the face in here, and then that's good to go back on. So what we're going to do is just going to go around deep creep, or WD-40 everything that we're taking off. Make sure it comes off nicely. So the thing stopping us dropping the axle will be the exhaust. So we'll have to unbolt these, I suspect. And these brake lines, ABS sensors, and the handbrake cable, which is just here. So looking at the caliper, to get this off without having to unbolt sort of everything, easiest way is going to be to unbolt the caliper bolts. And that way, brake line we can hang up here with the caliper. The handbrake cable will come off. The only thing that doesn't is this ABS sensor, so I'm hoping this comes out nicely. We can just pop this out, and then this whole unit will stay up here, and the whole axle can drop as long as we do both sides. So if all goes well, we should be fairly successful. I'm just checking to see if there's anything else. It looks like there's a bracket up here where my finger is, what we'll need to unbolt, and the same on the other side. But I think everything else will come off fairly easily. Famous last words.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I take the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel?
So as you can see, we've got the one off. So bungeed up, nice and held in place. Brake line's out the way. I don't think anything else is attached, and the handbrake cable's off, so we'll do the same on the other side. Get the exhaust off, and then we can start dropping the axle.
I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact, and I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack, I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy, track after track, I work on the shit daily, pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy, about to unpack all these things I've been chasing, I've got visions in my head, like memories after death, to be a legend instead of something you can forget, I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led, I'll fill the seats as I spread, with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
That's fun. Axle's out. I'm going to try and push these out without press. So because we don't have a press, I'm trying to figure out how I can push the bush out, because I think it's a bit of a big bush to hammer out or cut out. So just trying to figure that out at the moment, and then we'll set it up and fingers crossed it'll work. We've not given up, I just need to use a workshop to push the bushes out. So I'm going to get the front wishbones off, because I may as well take them out and get them pushed out, saves faffing about. We'll load everything up into Dad's Land Rover and then get it over there and hopefully get the bushes pressed out, the new ones pressed in, and then it's a case of just bolting everything back together. So fingers crossed they come off all right. So these are the old bushes. You can see there's quite a lot of compliance in them. And these are the new bushes, which are, I kid you not, just solid nylon with a metal pin down. So this will make the rear incredibly stiff. That paired with the Kony adjustable shocks, there's going to be very little movement in the rear. So we're really close to getting this bush out. I've done the arms. It was just this one, well, all 4 of these bushes, but this seems to be working really well, so definitely need to invest in a press. So we're back from the workshop. Bushes are back in the axle. In terms of the new bushes, these are the solid rear axles. So these are absolutely solid. There's no play in these at all with the metal pin. And then we've got the poly bushes on the rear of the front wishbone. And then we've kept this one because it's like a bearing, so it allows the movement, but it's actually solid. There's no compliance in this, whereas this is a much stiffer bush than what we took out. So we'll get these back in, the rear axle back in, all bolted up, and hopefully we can roll it out the garage.
Well, could you put it on axle stands and we could lower the
car down?
down onto it?
Yeah, that'd probably be easier, wouldn't it? So as you can see, rear axle's now bolted in with the solid bushes, so I'll give you a close-up of them. Nice solid bushes. They're actually really difficult to get in because the rubber has a bit of compliance, so you can wobble the bolt a little bit to get it to bolt in, but these don't. So good job I had my dad with me to give me a hand with that one. Fronts, different story. They're a bit difficult to get out, but they're even more difficult to get back in. So I've actually split the drive shaft boot trying to get the bolt in. So I've got to pull the drive shaft out now, put a new boot on, and then have a go at the other side. I'm going to have a look at some forums to see if there's any easy ways to get the wishbones back in. But that draws a close for this week. Car's going to stay on the ramp for the next couple of days until I can get all the parts and get the other bits and pieces sorted. I'm also going to do the gearbox oil, so we'll do a full change on that. And then also next week there might be some visual mods. I know I said that was due for this week, but due to some postage delays, it is what it is. Make sure you subscribe and like to keep on top of the series. Next week's video, this will be back on the road, hopefully with some nice cosmetic changes, and then we're pretty much done. That is the £2,000 spent, so we'll go through everything that we've spent on and then take it out for a really good drive. Catch you next week.
I'm new, come back better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back.